Phase 6 of WoW Classic Anniversary is coming this Thursday on October 2nd. And in this video, we will go through everything you need to know for Phase 6 so you can fully be prepared. Now remember, this is the final phase before we head into one of the greatest expansions of all time. So if you want to start getting fully prepared for the Burning Crusade, then be sure to join my Discord server, as we'll be doing some huge TPC updates soon, which will really help you. The link is in the description below, and as always, a huge shout out to all of my YouTube members. You guys are absolute legends. Your support is super appreciated. Thank you so much. Now the first thing to talk about is the Scourge invasion event. This is a massive server-wide event which happens right at launch. To simplify this, undead portals will spawn all over the world. Check your map for purple skulls to know which zones are under attack. Go to those locations, kill the mobs, and loot the necrotic runes. Also be sure to use your Argent Dawn trinket so you can loot the Scourge stones as well. This event is expected to take place for 4 weeks, and you'll definitely want to do this as soon as possible. The undead slaying set is incredibly powerful, with the majority of Naxx bosses being undead. You'll also want to be getting the Blessed Wizard Oils or Consecrated Sharpening Stones, both giving incredible power versus undead. There are a number of quests tied to this event which will help you get reputation, and when all the crystals in a zone have been defeated, the battle for that zone is considered won. While the Scourge will attack the zone again in time, the victory counts towards the total battles won on the server. This unlocks additional rewards including stamina buffs which you can take into Naxx. While this event is on, there are also rare mobs inside dungeons. These are Sever in the Shadowfang Keep, Scorn in the Scarlet Monastery Graveyard, Lady Fulfurus in Razorfen Downs, Lord Blackwood in Scholomance, Balzapon in Strat Undead, and Revan in the Diremore West. Some of these drop great items, and like I said, can only be done during the event, so be sure to grab them if you need them, especially if you have a twink. The next thing to talk about is of course the Naxx Raid. Naxx is considered the best raid in Classic WoW, and if not the best raid of all time. If you've never experienced Naxx before, then you're in for a real treat. Naxx changes the raiding game by having 15 bosses spread across 5 different wings, meaning it's a fun, engaging raid you can enjoy over a few hours, or it could be spread over different raid nights with ease thanks to the different wings. And of course, more bosses means more loot. The recommended wing order is to do the Spider first, then Plague, then Military, and then Construct. Doing it this way means you're going from the easiest to the hardest, and you'll also pick up more loot along the way, so it's the most efficient route. Completing all 4 wings then unlocks the final wing for the last 2 bosses. Naxx has tier sets by token which you hand in for items, and of course the legendary staff quest which requires 40 splinters from Naxx. If you are lucky enough to be getting this staff in your guild, well, huge congratulations, as this item is absolutely amazing and will still be used in TBC thanks to its group buff. Plus you can create a portal to Karazhan, which is very handy. In order to enter Naxx, you will need to be attuned. The cost of this depends on your reputation. You will need a minimum of Honored. If you're already exalted with Argent Dawn, then you only need to hand in the quest and you'll be attuned. However, if you're revered, you'll need 30 gold, 2 arcane crystals and 1 nexus crystal to hand in the quest. If you are honored, then this changes to 60 gold, 5 arcane crystals, 2 nexus crystals, and 1 righteous orb. Once completing the quest, you are attuned. The items from Naxx are incredible and definitely something you want to be running. The best shoulder enchants drop from Naxx, and even if your sole focus is TBC, the items from Naxx will get you through leveling to 70 with ease, and some of them are even your best in slot options for phase 1 of TBC. Especially hard to get items like the Mark of the Champion. If you get this as a mage, you are set, as this is your best in slot for TBC. And it's a reason why so many guilds in TBC still run Naxx every week, as the items are just so strong. I'll be doing a video soon for the best items for every class to focus on for TBC in the near future, so be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. One final thing to talk about in Naxx is the tier 3 gear and sets. For the sets, you'll need to turn in certain items, so it's a good idea to farm or buy them now because once Naxx hits and people are running it every week, the prices will just get higher and higher. These include arcane crystals, arcanite bars, cured rug tides, mooncloth and nexus crystals. The next thing to talk about is consumables. There are 3 new consumables to talk about specific for Phase 6. The first 2 are only obtainable during the invasion event, and these are the Blessed Wizard Oil, which gives you 60 spell damage against undead, and then the Consecrated Sharpening Stones, which give you 100 attack power versus undead. As mentioned, these are only attainable during the Scourge event, so you'll definitely want to stock up on these while you can. The final consumable added is the Greater Frost Protection Potion, which is added this phase and is used for the final 2 bosses in Naxx. Another thing to note about consumables is that all protection potions are used for this raid, so it's a good idea to stock up on all the consumables that you need now while the prices are lower, because once the phase hit and people return to the game and start running Naxx, then the prices go up and up and up. For the PvP enjoyers out there, there are 2 new world PvP events, one in Syphilis and one in Eastern Plagueland. The Syphilis event spawns special rocks all around the zone. Picking up this rock flags you for PvP and limits your movement speed. You then need to hand them in at certain locations to win a point for your faction. Turning it in also gives you 10 reputation, 198 honor, and you will get a buff increasing your damage by 5% for 30 minutes. While this buff can be used in Naxx or any other raid, it will invalidate your logs, so most guilds don't like you to run it. However, if you are in a pug, you could probably take this with you. It will give you 5% increased damage for 30 minutes. The first faction to collect 200 rocks every server reset will win the event, and everyone in the winning faction will get a zone-wide reputation buff, which increases the Cenarian Circle reputation from killing monsters by 25%. This works in both Syphilis and in the AQ raid. So this is great for new characters needing to get fast Cenarian Circle reputation, or if you're slightly behind in that reputation and you want to go for Rock Fury Braces, for example. For the Eastern Plaguelands, you will fight over 4 towers. Each tower grants a unique benefit. To capture a tower, you must be stood on it, PvP flagged, and not in stealth. Controlling the Crown Guard Tower grants a nearby graveyard for your faction to use. Controlling the East Wall Tower will make a group of NPCs spawn and head to the North Pass Tower. Controlling the North Pass Tower allows the faction to use the altar inside, which provides a buff increasing your health by 5% while in EPL, Strat or Skullomance. So this is quite handy if you're going into those dungeons. Controlling the Plaguewood Tower grants use of a special flight master inside the tower who offers flights to any other tower, which is pretty handy if you're planning to defend them. On top of these unique benefits, each tower you control gives you a buff increasing damage by 1%, increasing to 5% if you control all towers. This damage buff is applied to everyone in your faction in EPL or Stratholme. Despite some misinformation online, the buff does not work in Naxx, so bear that in mind. But it is useful in EPL or if you're running Strat. All in all, Phase 6 is a bittersweet phase. It's hands down the best phase of Classic with the best raid and the best items in the game, but it's also the last phase of Classic WoW. So be sure to enjoy every single moment, because the chances are we'll never get a fresh version of Pure Classic for a long time. That said, there is a silver lining. We are about to head into one of the greatest expansions in WoW history in the Burning Crusade. So if you like this video, be sure to subscribe, as we'll be doing tons of TPC content in the near future. But yeah guys, have a fantastic raid in Naxx. I hope everything drops for you and you get to fully enjoy the phase. The pre-patch is not far away now, but yeah, enjoy every second. Thanks for watching this video guys, and have a lovely day.